gente, empezó Falcon contra Optic. ¿A qué ustedes le van? Yo creo que Falcon gane. Yo creo que tenga su venganza. Lo siento mucho. Uy. Picho así caliente temprano, esto se jodió. Ese pelo. Pues nada, este equipo de Falcon asusta, genuinamente asusta. Adiós, lo mató Dachi. Ah, está espalda de él. Opa!
But still, not really able to dissuade the Falcons on the hard point itself. Now,
Cupido no te quiere. Muchacho, diciendo que Cupido es el más que te quiere. La ha tirado a 20.000 flechazos a la gente. Uy, Dachi con dos. Uy, Big Brucey. Uy, ay, ay, ay. Mira, yo quiero ver a Dachi ganar, hermano.
Now you're spawning close towards the HP. You're looking at Shotzi to still create an extra layer over towards Gat. He unfortunately is going to get taken down, so Vegas can approach from the front.
Spawns up for Shotzi, but he's a little bit far away to help out with this hit from the front. It's going to have to be Skies.
Válgame Dios, qué bueno.
Turns over to the hard point. You've got a trophy system in for Vegas. They have been so efficient at being able to play in and around the hard point. They may not win many rotations, but when they get to the hard point, they survive in the hard point.
Ah, flipearon.
Ah,
pero ya lo saben, ya lo saben.
But Shotzi's off onto a double, and Optic are looking good for the scrap.
No van a poder hacer nada. A menos que el número 1 se lleva a 3 y se los llevó.
So the break comes in for a good chunk of time as well. And Optic, they're looking like they're not going to give this up for free because they still have those close back spawn.
Yeah, problem is you're going to send Skies on the long route over through with P3. The rest of the squad for Optic just trying to find exits, and Pred's not going to allow that. Zones out over towards top side of hallway. Now he's working on rotation to 3. A really good set scrap there for Vegas.
This is truly going to be the deciding factor of who's going to win this game. Who soaks up the most time here at P3 and dominates the rotation over towards P4. And Exit this time around has an AR in towards R. He's able to put himself in a great position to contest early on. Teammates are setting up the pitch, but once Esnit falls, at least you can soak up time now because you already lost start.
Everything starts to stabilize. Both teams taking their respective corners. Trade through mid.
Uy.
Exit. Now
Uy, este chamaquito de verdad.
Predicts nicely, but not able to find the shots to land for a kill. R-City's a little bit stuck, but with the pistol out, tries to chow out Shotzi from the pitch. Not going to find much success there. This guy pushes off Pred. This is good time for Optic.
Yeah, in the last go around when Optic played against Vegas, it was Shotzi.
Falcon tiene que flipear esa respawn ya.
0.7 overall in that one, but an 11-6 start on 5 in a row.
Ya, diablo. Pred. Ya lo flipió. Qué duro, en vez de ir directamente al punto, fue directamente a coger spawn. Coño.
Yeah, it feels like Vegas are playing their game right now, and Optic have to read and react to it. So trends and patterns definitely feel like they're starting to favor Vegas.
Llegará tu momento también, Tito, no te preocupes.
Spawns a bit of a question mark here for Vegas as they had Priestess spawning out from the old
En algún momento.
working on the play up top towards Art. Now an opportunity to pinch this from the side, and the kills are looking like they're looking good.
En algún momento la vecina se va a olvidar que tiene un vecino loco.
Vegas is just trying to see how long can Pred stay alive.
Yeah, Pred's just trying to finesse. He's waiting for his teammates to get back into the play, but unfortunately he gets
tiene que mantenerse
isolated.
vivo
But at
aquí.
least you have Exnit, who was able to sneak his way up through the back. They're not going to account for him, so he opens up with the kill.
¿Verdad? Está jugando bien este tiempo,
his teammates are
loco.
contesting everywhere else around this hard point. They just can't get inside because Scoop finds a double.
Well, R-Cities cleans out Art. He also finds one on the cross. So it'll be a 2v2 in the hard point for now. Exnit, good discipline, takes care of Shotzi with that nade. Now into the hard point. Hook denies. R-Cities not able to challenge. Vegas still getting close.
La vuelta. Bla, 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 bla.
So, and it's really just down to what Skies can produce up top. He's done well to catch one. Jumps on in, but Pred will find elimination and a little bit of scrap time over the Falcons.
That's well executed right there out of Optic.
Uno.
Hook was having massive gunfight after massive gunfight. And towards the bottom side of P4, he was able to go on 5 in a row and just really not give Vegas any time when they had the numbers at the money hill. So you're going to be up by 25 going into our second set. Vegas
Pred con 3.
all the pressure through the middle of the map.
Casi
Pred on
4.
6 in a row does get cut down, but you got the last man standing. There's still so time.
And this is again just
Dale,
that
Optic
kind of
también
thing we're
perdió
talking about
spawn.
narratively
No,
about the Vegas Falcons.
Están peleando
They may
por
not
eso.
necessarily rotate the best.
Nah,
they get in and around the hard point. They are so good at surviving through it. So it's just a 20-point game. Optic,
Dímelo, Yadi.
a chance for Skies to get a read on where these falls are. He's had a slow game in terms of interactions at this point, but this read right here will allow Optic some breathing room on this scrap 20 seconds.
Yeah, they already found the initial kill. So now if you're Vegas, you know you need to find this break. You don't want to give it this time, but you also need to flip the spawns. Thankfully, the route good enough from Pred.
No, Optic está ahí. Es que Chelsea está jugando brutal.
Yeah, spawns. Neither team really owning what's happening down over towards P2 at the moment. Good win from Xnid up top. Gives him some ground to work with here at pool. And for Optic, they are going to stretch the map around a little bit. Hook working on a really deep, long route. Should be traded by Pred, and it is. So now the full focus has to be on the front.
Oh, no, rompieron.
Just going to let him slip on by, and then he's also going to force all that aggression. The extra layer he had through the front door instantly gets wiped away. And now with all the aggression on the outside side for Optic, they're going to spawn a couple of you guys out. 35 seconds still here at P2. Skies with a big one-on-one. He's on 5 in a row. He said, all right, I heard what Alice said. Time to get at.
He was 4-8 at one point. He was just not involved. But now with the SMG, puts himself onto a streak and helps Optic grow this lead to nearly double the points. Still a battle for this last 20 seconds, but Optic have a really solid read on where the Falcons are trying to hit this.
Qué buena.
Exit RC's couple eliminations. Hook trying to find a way to secure the cross, but now he's the last one standing. And with this 10 seconds remaining, just last one left, a little bit too high in the jump. Hits the top of the building, and that'll be enough for Vegas to get a little bit of time here.
Mira el número 3 en el mapa, loco. Ese sí tiene, mira. Va a matar al 7 como si nada. Si es que lo ves, no sé si te está acostado.
Walking away with a majority of the time.
No, ya los volaron la vida.
It was Vegas last go around, stacking over towards Arc. The final 20 seconds is when they lose those spawns and it gets a little bit chaotic. Right now, let's just soak up as much time as we can.
Well, Vegas able to win out over towards this P3 street. Long route from Shotzzy.
Yo creo que se dieron cuenta. No, no se dieron cuenta. Número 6 está por ahí.
Not aware of it at the moment. Winning battles over the top of
ya lo da, chica. No, una buena.
Arcity's dropping top. Art, there's the spawn flip, and now Vegas will be aware that they're in trouble from the back.
Yeah, Arcity's the only guy blocking the spawn over towards Art. So with Shotzzy in that position, you take care of him. You instantly spawn over towards that Art position, and now Vegas have an opportunity to walk away with this final.
Por nada, pero está calentando. Esto se pone peligroso.
Really good moment here in terms of time for Vegas.
Adiós, Arcity.
Hurdle is right in front of them, what they need to try to find a way to get over the top of, and that is the rotation to 4. And as they try to break, we go over to a Vegas Falcons listen in.
Dashy top part, nice, Dashy top part, push the Kyler was top before, Charles is gonna be on top. I'm trying to go mid. One's gonna be all the way out, all the way out.
Qué buena. Buena.
Go through. Top before him, watch out. They're tweaking.
They're tweaking.
He's top part.
I got it, he's under left.
Oye, va rápido. Coño, Prista, qué buena. Ay, casi, brother. Qué buena. Están en todos lados. Va a correr al lado, bendito.
Top part still. Top part weak. I'll see top part. Yeah, one more time. There's two times. Okay, what's statue note? Set up and use. Yeah. We're good. You can left. I'm jumping in. I'll get right.
Caesar bottom mark. I got initial.
Yeah, vamos a comprar varias cositas. Terminé comprándome un carrito de Llevo, un segundo, un chiquito, decoración. Y a tirarle foto cuando lo pongan en el spot. No, Optic tiene una delantera, está cómodo. Diablo, mano.
Yeah, you can see what they're trying to do to try to break up P4, but just not quite able to find the success. Maybe a couple of moments of contest, but that's about it. And Optic have blown the lid off this game, requiring Vegas to fight for this back 20 and essentially get a full 60 at P2.
Yeah, besides that 10 seconds where Xnid was able to snip his way on through.
Últimos 16 son buenos.
You had the crosses being watched. Shotzzy was roaming through mid-line, and you could tell when listening. They knew that he was there. It's just you can't fully commit on trying to take care of him when he's not showing anything.
Ah, no, diablo, por poco.
2 kills, shut down that initial
push.
Still a 60-point difference, but if you're Vegas, you need to start winning some couple rotations.
Yeah, Priest losing that gunfight right there. Maybe the end of this map. And yeah,
every hit is going to have to be desperate here for Vegas. Sí, son sorprendidos que como que, no sé, los dos.
Giving themselves a chance at securing some sort of a break, but Shotzzy up top, again, reduces the numbers. Hellstorm also coming from Skies. He will find one of each team. Pred from the front, trying to work his way in. That's going to get shut down, and here's the winning moment potentially for Optic.
Yeah, Vegas have basically 1 or 2 more good pushes. They find the opening kill through the middle of the map. They are spawning on the middle side of P1, but they are only forced to work through that front side. Arsenis finds a double. You still got to get in a contest. Thankfully, Arsenis is able to find 3. That's all 4 dead. Vegas find a break, but only 20
no va a perder esto ni loco. ¿Verdad, loco? El flick estuvo asqueroso. Dachi le ganó por el gunfight, pero ambos flicks tienen que verse tan lindos.
You only have a 12-point gap here if you're Vegas. You have to make this piece.
Este fue el mapa que Omega se encojonó y mandó todo el mundo por el carajo.
Yeah, realistically, I'm not playing for art here. I'm just playing around this hard point and then find the 20 seconds if all the kills go our way. The rotation over towards New, but we have to play keep. We cannot allow Optic to win here.
En verdad ya tenían el juego en el bolsillo. Está bien difícil que Optic la cague, de verdad. Cuando Dachi está disparando así, por el tercero. Oh, el cuarto.
Fred gets the trade, but I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference towards the scoreboard. You've got Optic right ready to go, but Exit and Arsenis still fighting, leaving Shotzi as one of the last ones to battle in around the hard point, and he's taken down. Still a moment to fight here for Vegas, but Dashy off his next
Aquí
line.
31-29.
Continues to rip them apart.
Yeah, you just continue to fight from the front side of the street. As long as you don't allow Vegas to get to that 190 mark, you know they cannot win at the Money Hill at P4, but now they're just going to cut their losses. Shots hit a little bit of a round. AR's finding opening kills through the street. They can continue to apply the pressure to spawn them out, and they can still win it.
They can still win. Skies gets 2. Priest's trying to take him off the hard
Diablo, qué troleada. A mí no importaba, ¿verdad? Pero
for the first time here in Florida.
Vamos para adelante, vamos para adelante. Vamos para adelante. ¿Cómo es? Primer mapa Optic. Sencillo.
The numbers traded out effectively. You're always going to have the last man standing, but here we go. Into the back, number 2. Optic Texas early on the attack. Do not have any trophy systems to work with. They're just going to fight early on for gents.
But really, those Vegas defensive nades don't get to where they're
no,
intended to go.
They
explode a little bit too early, so a lot of this hit has stayed safe. Shots to the bomb carrier, working his way. Good read onto Arsenis. That was a play he did a lot versus Boston. Looks like Optic have gotten their film, and they find first blood.
That's a massive first blood. So now Shots is just going to wait for the regen to come on in, keep the advantage on their side. Put yourself in a situation where you're potentially going to have a solo challenge.
Yeah, I think he knows that Exit's playing this close corner too. You can see him just keeping the ADS up. Dashy trying to play around the back. Exit coming back over to the play, finds the bomb carrier of Shotzi. Hook for the trade. Optic still looking and leaning towards B.
Yeah, I love the commitment. You know you have the numbers, so let's just trade it out. Keep the numbers in our favor. Now we have full B side control. Just make sure everything is cleared on out, but Dashy's going to have his hands full.
Diablo, no se llevó a uno.
Uy, no trade
yo pensé que iba a pillar a uno.
2v2, bomb to be planted. Sky's holding over towards the deep left side. Hook, where does he go after the post plant? He's going to join him. Backside of the rig, and actually, Pred's going to re-clear out street to courtyard first for this retake.
El lunes tiene que sobrevivir hasta que llegue Pred.
And he's able to get out of dodge for now.
That's big.
But Hook and Shotzi, or at least Hook and Skies don't want to give up on the gunfight, and Skies gets the info as well.
This is taking a lot of time, though. 22 seconds. The action has to start to unfold right here, right now. Sky's going back over to make sure the bomb stays safe. Priesta hunting. Able to find his former teammate, but shots come through for Skies. Now leaving it down to Pred. And he's been red. Gets the first on time. You got to go. You got to find Hook over the top. Does he get here in time? Able to win back over the bomb site, but not enough time to find the kill or the defuse. And Optic post plant.
Jugó bien contra el Barça la guagua, pero no había mucho tiempo, como quiera. Me asusté, yo pensé que...
Just to run around the 18 wheel out of Hook.
Yo pensé que se la jugó de verdad. Como vi que se trepó en la guagua automático, yo dije, diablo, se la va a tirar de pecho.
Like when you have courtyard control, you already clear out their spawn. Let's not waste time to get that objective down, because then that allows someone to get isolated. You force it into a 2v2, you make that round a whole lot more difficult than it needs to be.
I think it's a difficult call, though, because like we were kind of mentioning briefly, watch for Arsenis to make that play up top street when he's got enough support and help from Priesta to watch that long angle. We saw
Tito, pero cuando yo soy un fan de Face, desde el principio, no, estoy mal.
Exit trying to find the trade. Shotzi hopping in front of him, and we'll get an early 2v2 setup.
Now, if you're Skies, what is your timing working on this pitch? Because Priesta, on the other hand, through the mid street.
Comparte pantalla. Yo creo que puedo.
Both players from Optic Texas just going to rally up together and push out the flank.
Te sale mejor que ver el directo. Creo que sí, podemos intentarlo. Si te laguea, pues me dirán. Está bien, explota y la computadora se prende en fuego. Ah, no, Gabito. Yo pensaba que tú y yo... No.
Priesta gives them a lot of info, though. Yeah. Like, they couldn't be through mid-street. They had to have pushed up behind you. So
No. Ni Judas, brother. Dos para dos. Bomb down. Dashi lo va a matar. Dashi lo va a matar. Dashi lo va a matar.
Both have been seen. Dashi does have a stun to work with. Nades over the top from Skies. They may have actually hit onto Exnet there, but it doesn't make much of a difference. And now we're trying to reset up this retake to isolate through Courtyard. They're trying to get the isolation onto Exnet, but he's going to slip back over towards the big rig. And now it's just down to if Skies can find this angle, because Priest is in the backside of the truck. Here comes the first 1v1. Goes the way of Skies. Exnet in with the final.
No te creo.
No, one more bullet is all that Skies needed. So now he's got to force it with
no, qué mierda. Ah, diablo, se tiene que doler.
Definitely one back if you're Skies. He caught the timing on the Priest to win the more difficult gunfight. And you have this guy trapped. Just could not hit
ese replay, por favor, necesitamos hacer replay.
Finesse with the sauce. Able to use the dumpster as his best friend and to slide back out to catch Skies off guard. Vegas tie the game.
Really good stuff. I think the most difficult moment, and where you get to give a lot of credit to Exnet, is when he's sitting in between that hallway and Jens while Priest is clearing out the back. Like, you got to be worried about everything, and he keeps his cool so nicely. There we go. Dashi and Pred finding each other, and this is going to be a war zone. Both teams love to play for DVD control. Instead, though, it's just down to a 3v3. Keep your eye on, Shotzzy trying to find the timing on the Priest. They're going to isolate. Skies, I believe, has seen RCDs. Yeah, good information here for Optic.
And now you have the numbers advantage. Let's just run around together and play the trades. Thankfully, Hoops and Shotzzy are running around as a unit. So it's RCDs left in a 1v3. Already going to be spotted. Instantly going to be taken care of. And Optic Texas is ready for that aggressive push out of Vegas. They do it every single time of their rewind. And once they were doing it on that round, they were prepared for it. Find the opening first blood, win the trade fights.
Déjame desahogarme.
Yeah, this definitely feels like offensively. It's all about just getting the read early into DVD. You know that Priest and RCDs are likely to be playing outside towards street side. So you're going to have a numbers advantage every single time. And this time around,
tira las piernas.
Did try to change the tempo by
necesito tirar las piernas cada 10 minutos. Bueno, 15 va a estar exacto.
Vegas, last time you played this match, found so much success in your first bloods. Haven't found one yet so far on this map. Now Optic Texas taking a page out of your book. Aggression through mid-side DVD. Hook and Dashi able to come on top. Optic again with the numbers early on.
Yeah, but there is a free route over towards B. The problem is you're not going to know that initially. It's the same two members still alive for Vegas as they were in their last offense.
Yo soy un streamer que apoya a Face. ¿Me toleras entonces?
Exit trying to make some noise. Keep the defense interested in A.
Now they don't want to take the risk of working in towards DVD, having to clear out all that space, so just going to wrap the bomb over towards B.
Uy.
Who can dash this, wrapping already to B. Dashi with the beamer, takes care of Exnet, Priest up 1v3.
Yeah, he has no idea Skies can be popping up from behind him. Yeah, really good stuff right there from Optic, and again, it's the same things that we had seen from the other side of the bomb site. Get aggressive, take over the A site, make sure that they have to play through gens or play through street. It's just not where you want to be, especially in a 2v3 like that.
Yeah, this is how Optic like to play their search and destroys too. Like if they can get gunfights in the first 5 to 10 seconds, have the numbers advantage really early into the round, and it gives you time to just run around as an army of two, potentially find one in the isolation, and then just always keep the numbers in your favor. That time they don't find the first blood, but they instantly find the trade to give them the numbers advantage. And if you're Vegas, we just need our ARs to find some success through the middle of the map.
Yes.
You're just getting picked off early on.
Yeah. The other thing for Vegas, just from a statistics standpoint on this defense, they are the bomb get planted the most right now in stage 3, and they're the worst at retaking. So it's kind of, again, two evils that are dealing with how this Falcons team has developed their search. Good first blood though on the Skies, and look how quickly Pred's taken away space through Burger. That'll be enough information for Vegas just to keep their eyes forward. Yeah,
4v2, you don't have to do anything else. Like they can plant the bomb, we have the numbers to retake it. Don't give anyone an isolation one-on-one, and Exnet extends a little bit. So Shotzzy's able to take care of him. Dashi's still trying to at least assist on the backside of B Street. But they're waiting from someone else from Vegas to potentially scan.
Yeah, and the thing about this is Vegas has everything covered right now, so this is just Optic hoping that this is a mistake for Vegas. It's not going to happen, and looks like the read is pretty much perfect in timing shots as it goes to plan. Now we're going to get the 3v2 retake. Dashi also takes info onto RCDs. Bomb does get planted, and you're looking
cuando ustedes hago ninguno.
The numbers work your way back on in, but
tienen que volver a la escuela y aprender a contar.
Opening shots. So now it's Pred.
Plaza Sésamo o algo así.
Long-time teammates, now enemies. Shotzzy with a check. Fragment defuse. And to the chagrin of the green wall,
Ah,
they
ya,
were
ya.
the team up 4-1.
Cuando me sale un
And for a
número,
squad who threw away
porque
so
cuando
many
tiene la
number
exclamación,
situations yesterday,
Not today.
they're playing it a whole
¿Sabes
lot
qué
better
digo?
today.
Sí,
Even
esos son los
2v4.
números que se
We're able to
multiplican.
find that first guy
Y
from
4
Exit,
exclamación
who's
es
overextending a
4 por
little bit
3 por
through
2 por
courtyard.
1.
Dashi gains the info and finds one before falling. And then Shotzi's instantly in a position to make that trade happen. Then in a
También se
one-on-one
también
press,
se olvidó, pero
Shotzi
sé que eso es lo que
way
tú
too
dices.
well.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that most likely he's going to hit a route. He's just going to stall
Pues
out
eso.
time. He's probably
Yo
not
lo
thinking, I'm
hago
going to
con
stick
los
to defuse. But Shotzi just heads up play, puts himself in a
No sé
different
cómo
position,
carajo, pero
catches
por
him
ahí
off
va.
the bomb, and Optic continue
Ya lo
rolling.
1-4.
I know
Esto
that
está
you know
feo.
that I know.
Falcon yo creo que le van a dar un 3-0 asqueroso.
Fred. Oh,
Ya, diablo.
first contact looking good here for
¿Qué,
Vegas
qué?
as they will burst in towards Jens. Different look there
Ya,
from
te
Optic.
digo
It doesn't
algo.
really work out here in round number
¿Verdad? Si no
6.
te
No,
Dashi
de verdad,
not
soy
gonna find the
sincero,
better
no sé.
varsities. That's a quick round for Vegas.
Yeah, that was the SMGs just trying to
Pero si
change the
notas que se
pacing
está
up.
dentro.
They've been aggressive through
Ese-
DVD.
no,
That
se
time
vale.
they try to do it through Jens. Shotzi goes through Zig. Unfortunately, he loses his first
dale.
gunfight. Hoops there from the response.
Ya ahí
but
sí
Exit
lagué un
has a lot
sí,
more
lagué.
HP.
Sí, lagué un poco.
Is able to find
Déjame
that
saber,
opening
por favor.
double. Optic just trying to make up for the numbers there. All just get caught. And Vegas stop the bleeding for now.
Needed that
Por los
badly.
exámenes de cálculo, el pana iba
The thing
a
about it is
echarlas,
get a quick
a
round, now you
chanclas
just go
metedeo.
right back to talking about
Ah, no, yo no podía.
defensive side.
Así mismo.
No, yo no
¿Es el flow?
yo no
I
podía.
would be surprised if we see that
Corto
same
y
little
chancla
priest
metedeo.
and
No,
RC
yo era
set
lo
to
opuesto. Tú
work
me
off
veías
one
yo
another.
con un
And yeah,
hoodie,
that kind of is kind of
el
the
hoodie
case.
completo
RC's
puesto hasta
walking
arriba,
corner of the barrel.
mahón,
Fred
tenis
already deep
cerrado.
towards Burger. And it's just a lot of nades
Parecía un
towards Burger.
Anonymous.
Backup play here for Vegas to play more
Pues yo parece
reserve
que iba para la
round B.
playa.
Yeah, Dashi making an adjustment this time around.
Ah, tú eras de ese tipo de persona. Pues tú eras el primero que se levantaba del examen.
Now Vegas is gonna slow down.
Tú eras el primero que se levantaba del examen.
Playing a little bit more safe. Skies is gonna
Seguro,
get
tú dices,
spotted.
pues papi, no sé más nada, esta es la que hay.
He's able to get out. But Optic are just still waiting.
El examen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
examen
all the
vacío.
RC is right now.
No, tampoco así, tampoco así.
Fred, Priesta right there. There's the nades over the top. There comes Shotzi looking for first
Qué
blood.
timing.
Skies is the one to provide. Fred also taken down though.
¿Cómo le está
Leads it
yendo
now
a
to a 4v2 situation.
A ver si le está
Optic
yendo
has
muy
skill
bien,
deep
fíjate.
over
En este
towards
juego pues
B3.
no
They also
tanto,
see the player
pero...
over the top. Extend gets caught. Last player left will be Arcides. And the hunt is on. And there's nowhere for
Dale,
him to
ya
go.
no.
Optic up
Por eso
5-2.
fue que lo llamaron, porque ya
That's just
ganó creo que los
perfectly
últimos dos
executed
juegos.
play.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want to test
sea,
anything with the
competencia, perdón.
RC. Don't give it any information as well. And then once it blows up, we're just bombarding our way over towards the B site.
Imagínate que Arcidi estaba en
Absolutely
IWC.
off guard. They find
Por
that
Challenger,
opening
por
kill on
Challenger
the
coge los
Priesta.
top 4 de...
Gets
O sea,
isolated
IWC coge los
towards
top 4 de Challenger
yourself
también y
in
los
a
mete a jugar con los
4v2,
pros.
and you know you're trying to make up
Fueron
for
a la
it. At
belga
least
la
give yourself a
primera
chance.
Sí,
And
no
around
obligado, tú
through
sabes.
Vegas.
Aunque Stallion
Easy to
le ganó a
find the
Miami,
crossfire
eso
being
fue
set up and the way that
el
Shotzi's
bomber.
currently playing the search and destroy.
Yeah, 10
Pero
and
ese
5,
era
2
el
first
Miami
bloods.
de Modern Warfare.
Sí, el que acaba con Vico.
Now Vegas
que era una
nades over towards backside
No era mejor que
glass.
esto,
By
pero...
himself over towards
Este
topside Burger Street.
Miami da miedo, de
And
verdad.
Skies will get aggressive through the burger joint already.
Bueno, Optic, a ley de ganar. Una ronda más y ya. Ay, ay, City. Fred, tienes que buscarlo, buena. Ay, no, Priesta se jodió. Mira qué buena, loco, te dio tiempo de cruzar.
We have to locate the island guy. Priesta
Nah,
potentially going to get
wow,
isolated, overextends a
No,
little bit. Shotzi
también
gets the
para acá.
benefit. Fred gets caught.
Pobre
Exit
Smith.
1v3.
I mean, he was in such a good spot. He had help from Exit and Fred, and now it's just down
¿Qué?
to Exit, and no, just overwhelmed.
Mañana juegan.
Tough
Ayer
decision
jugaron.
right there, I think, for Priesta. You're tucked in a pretty
juega
solid
Lucer,
corner. I know you're afraid of this stage 3.
ahora
For Optic, just trying to get the mojo back together. Heck of a time to do
A la
it. That
llave,
has been one
hermano.
of your worst control modes so far on the
Necesito
year.
más personas así en mi vida.
So let's see
Gracias,
how the
papá,
break
gracias.
is going to go. Initially trying to make a push over towards B. Fred's able to
Este
start
control
the
o
first
va a
kill,
ser
but the AR is already fine
completo
too. Now
dominado
you
de
have pressure
Optic
at
o
this
completo
B point,
dominado de
and
Falcon. Y por
Vegas
lo que
are
veo,
currently not in a position to contest
ya
inside one
Falcon...
point.
Nah, espérate, ¿de qué estoy hablando? Falcon yo creo que todavía no ha ganado un control. Ah, esto es GG. No, en todo, en todo. O sea, en este nuevo equipo, ¿verdad? Ellos no han ganado un control.
Yeah, Shotzi's just trying to find
Así
someone.
que-
Trying to influence the spawns a certain way, and now
Optic
he's
pierde esto, pierde el juego completo, por lo más
three
santo.
right in front of him. Only
Optic
able to
gana
take
juega
down the
contra
first
Face.
teammates
Sí,
there.
Optic gana
Find
juega
the
contra
second.
Face.
Shotzi in a big
Ahí se
one-on-one.
jodió.
Fred is able to win it. And at least
No te
he
creas,
guaranteed
Face
the 2
tampoco se ve
seconds
tan
that
bien
beat
que
point.
digamos.
Yeah, really good start, and you've also
Digo,
had a
pero
little
no
bit
sé
of pressure
cómo-
on towards the A zone.
Eso sí, pero no sé. No tengo mucha... Yo le voy a Face, pero es cuando más débil lo he visto. No, papi, yo siempre tengo fe, pero tengo que admitirlo que este ha sido como que el menos preparado que he visto.
Tienes que venir con la confianza de, fácil un 3-0.
Por mí, que le coma el... No, no, también. ¡Wow! Y Archery. Archery. Toma, se llevó otra con la pistolita.
Hook finding a route to get up the ladder, and he finds Priest up top on the solo box. So this is likely going to be a really solid look here to get the extra 60. And yeah, there's so many gunfights over mid.
Oh, Sneak ganó ese gunfight, no puedo creerlo.
He comes up over the top. That's enough for him to slide on through, find skies, and deplete that
cuando Dachi dispara derecho, no hay break.
Trying to extend this time, making it a lot more difficult for Vegas to stand
a chance here.
Without having those
Dachi,
stacks
yo no sé, mano.
They keep on
Rompe
finding
el toilet.
Thankfully, the second segment is already guaranteed. The double stack
Eso es un rayo láser, rompe el toilet.
is going to be felt. He finds a double. Now you only got 25 seconds.
13v9, but those lives may not come into play. If they don't get
Diablo, mano.
Dashi on 4 in a row. Looking for Priest over.
Nadie lo saca de la ventana.
He's playing on top of guns. Here comes the hit.
Ahí va.
Play on to A, looking successful.
Si no lo matan.
Vegas cannot get
chicos, sin bala.
through middle map. So that's enough for the extra 60, and now we can start talking more about those lives. 10v6, this could be a TDM.
Optic puede jugar Team Deathmatch ahora mismo y gana.
Don't give up your life for free. Hook's able to find an opening on the pitch. He knows that Xnet is off the respawn. It's going to spawn right behind him. Continues to be aggressive.
Hizo un silent shot.
No more respawn. Dashi also finds a kill, and now Skies is on the point.
Yeah, and if you're Vegas, I think you just got to try to pull it on forward, see what you can do. They take Skies off for now. Holding it towards tower. Dashi still looking at it. There's the pinch from Shotzi. And these last two members are completely trapped. He has nowhere to go. Come on, your hands up, Exit. Finds the first, so the battle rages on a little longer, but they won't get that third segment. Kills come through, Optic take the offense.
3-0 Optic, viste lo que la gente no se esperaba, ¿ah? Todo el mundo estaba probando que Optic perdiera.
Nothing is going on in the map. Someone wants to have something going on in the map. Like
¿Sabes quién fue la primera victoria de ese equipo?
On the backside of tower, doesn't find a kill for about 15 to 20 seconds.
¿Sabes quién fue la primera victoria de Falcon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue to play around your team, but thankfully you still find the offense.
Por eso es que
secure 5 segments there.
había un temblequeo intenso.
I think the interesting thing about
La gente
that
estaba, mira,
is you find all the eliminations at mid,
cagando bloques.
and then you've got Priest isolated. At no point beyond that does Vegas ever really reclaim the middle of the map. They really never get back over to 10. They don't get top window presence. They don't get zipline presence. So really good stuff from Optic to make sure that even defenders at gun do not get good looks to deny any offensive play on the A zone. So good stuff from Optic. And now they're break off as Shotzi already making a move. And he's up to say hello to Priesta. Exit trying to force something over towards B. And at least create some space to work with off that first kill on the sky.
Yeah, now he just has to finesse because every one of his teammates have already fallen. So
Ay, qué loco, no, el chamaco tiene un movement asqueroso.
Now you can slowly work up your progression over at this 8 point.
No, loco, y él brincó de espalda y cuando cayó se deslizó. No, mi pana, pero ¿qué te esperas de un ER? No, Dachi es un rayo láser de lejos, de cerca pues ningún ER puede fregar con azul, loco. Ay, se jodió. Tú eres el factor aquí. Tienes que jugar bien para que de verdad que este equipo gane. Uy, no, mi pana, tú estás... Obi está loco.
Be locked in, and with 3 dead, this should be a guaranteed. We just only have 1 person on.
And there's a little bit of confusion here. You kind of saw like Pride and Exit just cross paths up top. Like who's watching what right now? Dashi gets the shutdown from the window play. Here comes the third tick of progress. Double stack is in for Vegas. Contest not looking likely unless who can find some sort of elimination or double. Doesn't fully come through. Only finds the one. Arcidy's taken down after capturing the point. But now Preds on your flank. Or is he? Nice turn as who deals with it. And now Optic hold the life advantage.
Everyone accounted for. Optic Texas just holds your respawn a living hell. Priest and Exit already finding 2 on the way on out. Clear out there based on their first attempt. All tied up in lives.
Un poco para que no tienen espacio para...
Will drop in skies. Keeps himself up.
Eso
from inside.
Depende, cuando están así jaspando y de momento se encaja, pues.
Lots of damage comes through, but Shotzi says not so fast.
¿Qué pasa?
Trade out for Arceus allows him to start
¿Tú sabes de eso, Tito?
through mid over towards Grandma's. Stun comes through though, so the alert and the alarm starts to come out as Optic need to deal with this, and they've got him isolated.
Yeah, RC just needs to play his life, get out of dodge. Your teammates are already applying pressure through the front
Ya,
side.
a 12-2. Falcon, tú necesitas ganar esta ronda, si no...
But now on the pinch, it's going to be Shotzi catching the timing off the hop down, finds a double, shuts down that play.
Just needs to find one more, I would say, to allow his teammates to try to come out of spawn, but not going to happen. Priest denies the spawn trap. We have a 7v9 and less than 30 seconds to fight for if you're Vegas. Optic's defense looking solid. RCD's tiptoeing over towards the top of the ledge. Finds Dashy.
¿Qué pasa, papá?
They need to deal
Claro que
with Shotzi
sí.
first. And okay, Priest is able to. Who can try to follow up for the trade? Stun comes through, but doesn't land in time. 3v7, last 9 seconds, and no one is close enough to get to the zone at the moment.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to touch. Last man standing is going to be exited. Optic Texas.
Bueno, gente, desfianzan de Pred.
What Shotzi is doing with that SMG, this is the level that you need.
Sí, el juego bien. El juego pasado que lo perdieron contra Boston, él está jugando súper bien. Yo no sé qué está pasando, de verdad.
Single-handedly shut down this play over B with that opening double. Still knows that Xnit is near on by.
No sé qué tipo de sus, pero... Estás loco. Nada ahí con Pred. Él y Pred de verdad juegan súper bien.
Sí, mira como ahora. Yeah, they're playing a lot better in that fundamental aspect of the game.
Other side for Vegas, things just...
¿Qué es eso? Deja eso.
Pred 9 and 15.
Póngalo en Sinai con
10 and 15. It's just they're getting outslayed, they're getting
Yo
outplayed.
siento que sí va a estar
It's been a battle. And one that's not going all that well.
Por ejemplo, si pierde este juego,
once again for Optic.
es lo que van a estar llamando así, por lo menos debería estar llamando
yeah,
así.
that's enough for X to peek over towards ledge, find another, and stop this play towards B.
And now Shotzi has an opportunity to just be a nuisance and towards Grandma. Someone's going to break the window and turn around when that one-on-one.
Yo tampoco, pero algo tienen que hacer.
2 in the kill feed. Now you want to put the game clock at a pause, but Priest up. The perfect timing on this.
Ya, lo Priest con dos.
Guys off the respawn, and now everybody else besides Shotzi is in hell.
Yep. But
están lagueando.
¿O no? Yeah, this is all about just trying to find these SMGs. Skies runs right by. Xnit going to work now. 6 in a row, finally shut down. Pred following up. Dashy deals with both. And now Shotzi has trying to make the play to really allow his teammates to sprint back over to B. Not going to happen. Priest, though, in trouble. Stun and Semtex comes out. Damages in, and he's able to follow up to find his own kill. So good stuff. Third trophy system down, and Vegas' defense looking solid here at B.
And currently not a single segment earned on the side of Optic Texas. You're only going to be
tú es tu momento, loco.
Down. And potentially a shutout round.
Real, ¿tienes caballo? No va.
You have one player just playing his life at hay, just stalling the game clock.
No tengo.
And he also finds a kill, and he finds a double. Dash with a massive moment, gives Optic another life.
Priest is going to get caught. Yeah, there's just too many members he's going to worry about. So now the double stack is in. Trophy system down. Looking good for likely the entirety of this A zone, but the SMGs will drop over through mid. Shotzi just trying to keep a little bit of a buffer in front of this A zone. Help out wherever he needs to. Third tick nearly earned. That first shutdown of Debris is a critical one. And this little dance over through Grandma's may be enough to get this third tick in, and such it is. Only a 4-life deficit. Vegas trying to find a way to hold on to this last minute 25.
Realistically, now if you're Priest going from this flank over towards top stretch.
Y ahora sube otra vez, qué chulería.
Everybody else from Optic Texas are roaming through your spawn. Shotzi is just looking for timing while Dashy is just mowing him down with the AR. He's on 7 in a row before falling, but he even finds a kill with the trophy system. So you're instantly already on the B point. 29 and 14 from Dashy, Shotzi 21 and 15. The duality between those two has been unbelievable here in this control. First take at B, looking good. Shotzi just making sure Priesta is held back. Gets a couple of tags, wants to force it, and will find the kill. Back over to the zone, first take locked. Dashy a little bit of trouble. Pred trying to work with him, and yeah, we'll get the better of him, but Shotzi's still alive. And 6v6, so you're off to Texas. Basically gonna be your last push. You need to make this one count. They both win the one-on-ones. No more respawns for any Optic last push.
4 contra 5.
A lot of information for Optic on what's over towards the B point. Right on in towards Labs, no. Denied by accident, 4v3. And the Vegas Falcons are going to stack up and play what looks to be like a search and destroy type of setup.
Hoy me estaba tomando el que se me quedó allí.
Got the numbers. If you're Optic Texas, everyone just flood. You're going to be the last team standing.
Shotzi gets stunned. RCD finds the kill.
Sky lo partió.
But now it's just down to 1. Just up to Priesta. Playing to the backside of the barrels. Sky's on a nasty heady. help over the middle as Optic are just going to stay on the point. There's the follow.
Caliente como tal.
Collect a 3-0 against Vegas. There will be no revenge, no redemption for Bread. And Optic will have a chance to set the tone here.